Oh, what a beautiful day we have today. It was cold last night, relatively speaking. We had a good frost. We got another one tonight, maybe for the next night. Uh, Beautiful blue sky, sun shining down, everything's warming up. And what we're looking at here is one of my friends. I know its name, but it's an enemy to me. This is called red sumac. I'm not sure about the scientific name. I've learned things that I've forgotten. Maybe I'll put that in the links below. Might do that for you. But red sumac, it's a traditional food of Native Americans. The berries at the top they use to help them make pemmican, beef jerky, kind of thing. Little snack. Here they grow too much. It's a great plant to have. Mother Nature thinks so. She uses them for colonizing barren ground or bare ground. That's what she does with them. One of the first species that will germinate in rough, rocky soil that's been exposed. She'll bring in species at the ground level first, and then things that come on up and take back over that landscape that's been scraped bare. This is one of the intermediate species of that. And then after that, you'll have trees. And what you're seeing here is a mess of all that. All right, and I'm going to show you. I've got three things here that I absolutely don't want because of the way that they spread. I reached out here and grabbed one of these red sumac. All right, let's look at this one. If I reach out and grab this red sumac, I'm going to find, basically poke myself, that it's not red sumac. Look at that. Red sumac doesn't have that. This is another plant that Mother Nature loves. She loves to use to colonize bare ground. And that is called devil's walking stick, Aurelia spinosa. I can put a link down in there for that. Devil's walking stick. You grab a hold of that, and you're going to know about it very soon. Look at that. There's two of them side by side. One's got thorns and one don't. Pay attention to what you're grabbing. The other thing that I've got that I do not want in any form ever, anywhere in the world, is Bradford pear. These Bradford pears are a horrible scourge upon everywhere in our country. People keep buying them, and because they're so pretty. It's a pear tree that serves no function. And if I remember right, they're a hybrid created species. The only purpose they serve is to be pretty for just a little while. So I absolutely hate Bradford pears. They're brittle. They take over everything. In my part of the world, they're taking over the territory of redbuds and dogwoods, crowding them out. Can you imagine the entire country, every tree that you see one day being a Bradford pear? A broken, brittly mess? That's what I see. That's a terrible thing right there. It's like kudzu in the South. These Bradford pears are spreading everywhere. I would encourage you to cut them down as soon as you see them. But I'm going to use these. I'm going to come in here with my machete and use these, what nature has provided, and use these as poles today to take care of that frost. I see right here. Here's another one of them. They spread out from runners up under the ground a long way. It's got its place, but my place is not it. I don't have enough uses for it. It's not that good of a plant for me, and I know it's going to take over. You're seeing my log pile that I've showed before. One of them, that's going to become soil. All right, I talk too much, I know. All right, so last night I was out here with my plastic jugs and big containers, buckets, and even a grill off of a lid off of my grill to cover up from the frost. I'm gonna do something different today, so stick around and I'll show you, because I don't really, these plants are so big I don't want to put the jugs on them. Don't want to keep doing that. I just want to be one and done. One and done. Maybe it'll be something you can use. But I'm using what nature provides me, plus things that I've scavenged and brought up here, to make this easier for me tonight. Stick around. Okay, I'm back. Ha! Well, what I've done is created this lattice work, this little support system for some things that I have, things that I find along the way. I've got a couple of these and the bottom of a truck bed liner, and then I've got some old sheets. And I'm going to use those to protect against the frost. I was using the jugs and buckets and everything, and that's just too much individual running around and moving. What I wanted to do, I said yesterday that I was going to tell you more about this plant. I've spoken about it before a few times. Now and it's called Crosnes. Crosnes. Try to dig and spell at the same time. Now, what I've got here, this is the very first one, the very first Jerusalem artichoke that I dug out to see if it was still alive. And I haven't seen any activity. It hasn't come up. It hasn't grown. And I think that probably means it's not going to. So I'm just kind of gently getting in here to see what's happened. Whenever I first dug it out, I probably damaged it. Oh, look, no, I didn't. Not too bad. Well, we're learning something here. I am. This was still alive, still going. I had it maybe a little bit too deep, but look at that. Those are sprouts headed up to the surface. They're not roots, they're sprouts. So this one would have taken a few more days and it would have been at the surface, I would suppose. Tell you what, I'm not going to try to find it. I'm going to leave it there. If it comes up, it comes up. And the same thing for this one over here. This one hasn't come up yet. So let me put the stick back down there. And we're not gonna keep messing with it, and maybe it'll come up. But Crosnes is, for those of you that haven't heard me talking about them several times, Crosnes are a member of the mint family, and they make a tuber. It goes up under the ground just like these Jerusalem artichokes do. And I have heard of people growing these in the same beds. Growing Jerusalem artichokes and Crosnes in the same bed. If this works well, like I think it will, during the summer, the Sunchokes will get up to 10 feet tall and provide shade for the Crosnes. Maybe the Crosnes will be able to handle that. I don't think Crosnes really want to get too hot, but what I'm going to do is work them in and just do it as an experiment and see how it goes. I've already got strawberries in here. Some of this wood in here is just too big. We learn as we go. But I hope that in the fall, whenever I dig out my sunchokes for saving, for eating, for sharing, or whatever, that I am surprised with a whole bunch of Crosnes that will come out at the same time. Let's do this one-handed again. I'm just going to keep that potting soil with it, dump it out here in that one-handed fashion. I've got a hero of mine that I've never talked about. Let's see if we've got any action up under here. Have we got any? Look at there. Look at all those little tubers. Yep. That was in that cup. In the cup, it doesn't allow it to grow like it should in nature. So it has to just do its growing there, and that's not enough for it. It's going to spread out in here. Crosnes spread really well when they've got a good place. It's going to send those tubers all down in there. In the fall, this bed is going to be absolutely filled with little tubers that you can eat. Forever food. Just plant the tubers and they come back again. Yep, and they spread really well. Food that spreads. Forever food. Letting nature help you. All you got to do is a little bit. And I know I don't want the video to go that long. So I'll tell you, and Crohn's is one of those things that surprisingly, for a little tuber about that long, there's several plants that make little tubers about like that. It's pretty expensive to go buy. I was very blessed to get these as a gift and part of a trade. But I hope that in the fall, this whole thing will be covered in them. We'll see. It'll be an experiment. But I want you to understand, what drives me and my channel is to help encourage people to plant every day. That's Copperhead Road's challenge. Daniel over there. Plant something every day, at least one thing. You'll be that much further ahead. Post pictures of what you do or videos over there at Copperhead Road Homestead on Facebook. That's where you can find other people. You can use the hashtag. Say hashtag plant every day, no space. And that'll help you find other people that are in this challenge to plant every day. If you miss a day, it's not a big deal. It's just about getting that word out there that it may be an important time in our history when we go back to victory gardens and providing food for ourselves with our own hands and our own dirt. Yep. The other challenge that it's inspired me, and I would like to help inspire you, is the Bull's Garden. Bull offered us up a challenge back in the early spring, late winter, I think. And it's to grow enough food for yourself, but to share. Grow food and share out of your abundance with someone else that may not have it. Someone else that may be struggling for food. A lot of people out there that are not getting enough of food or anything that they need. And we can help each other. Younger people can grow a garden, a big garden, and share it with someone that's local, someone that you know is in need. Reach out to other people and form those bonds. We can live right next to each other and never know each other. We can be a pain to each other, or we can be a blessing. There's an old song that I always think about, and one of the lines is this: people living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. I think that's how the song goes. That's the way the lyrics play in my head anyhow. People living in competition. All I want is to have my peace of mind. That's kind of the way I live. Cooperation will always win out over competition, where we're trying to help each other. That's the way we all move forward together. Cooperation, not competition. Competition means fighting and fussing, and sometimes you have to. Sometimes life requires us to do that. But when we cooperate with one another and try to help one another, we all get further along. We all help each other. I'm going to help people and grow as much food as I can and share it with people. I would encourage you to do the same thing today. Plant something every day and start today. Thank you folks very much for watching. It means so much to me that I would have something to say that anybody would want to hear. I humbly thank you for every time that you watch. The way that you can help me best, of course, is to watch the video all the way through. If you like what I'm doing, if you like what I'm saying, give me that thumbs up. Maybe you just want to see my dirty hands. But thumbs up, share, all those things. If you'd like to join me over there at Homestead Aquarius Network, that's a group on Facebook. That's mine. If you'd like to join me, I'd love to have you there. It's all about people coming together to do these two things: to plant every day and to take up Bull's challenge to grow enough food that you can eat and share with someone else. Thank you so much for watching today. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I said goodbye, But when I was moving the dirt around, I found that I actually had accidentally gone ahead and pulled this tuber up out of the ground. So this is a PS. That clod of dirt that I had with the sprouts, it's still got the tuber attached to it. So I'm going to put it right back here. I'm going to put it right back here, and it's not going to have to go very far to reach the surface now. We do what we can, don't we? I think we're all in this human experience together and trying to do our best. We don't know anything when we're born, right? We all have to learn it as we go. And I want to encourage everyone out there, all the good folks, and there's so many good people out there, to keep at it. Whatever you're doing, you just keep going. Keep going. Plant every day and keep encouraging each other every day. Y'all hang tough, and I promise you this time, I'm saying goodbye from Homestead Aquarius. I'll see you tomorrow.